My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Godzilla King of the Monsters. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But when this movie was coming out, I was unbelievably excited. They got Michael Dougherty, the director of Trick or Treat and Krampus, to direct this movie, so that gave me a ton of confidence. The trailers were phenomenal, so that gave me a ton of confidence. And then I watched this movie and it was shit. I hated it. It was one of the biggest disappointments of my life. One of my brothers, however, loves this movie. In fact, it is his favorite movie of all time, he says. So he insisted that it's good. He insisted it was better than I remember. So I gave it another shot, and nope, I had it right the first time. This movie is just terrible. But you know what? I will give the movie this. It does have a few cool shots every now and again. The monster designs are great, but visually everything with the humans is so flat in comparison. Like, it's a very inconsistent movie visually. When it's just pure CGI, it can look really great, but then when there's any bit of real people in it, it looks like shit. So, I don't know, I didn't really like that. The movie also has no level of self-awareness. You know, for a movie that's as stupid as this one, I would have liked it if it was cheesier and more campy, but I guess they decided to go the super uber serious route, and I just feel like that was the wrong tone for this movie. All the action scenes with the monsters are never as exciting as you want them to be. And then we get to the actual story, and the human story being told is abysmal. Just the absolute worst. The story of the one son dying just feels like the generic emotional foundation, but it lacks any bit of weight. And it just felt like they were trying too hard whenever that subject came up. And then we get everything going on with Via Formiga's character, and I do appreciate how they make it seem like, oh, she needs to be rescued. And then it turns out, oh, she's actually the evil villain. I'm like, okay, that's a smart subversion of expectations, but she's such a terribly written character. She's an over-the-top cartoon villain who spells out her plan, who wants to restore things to their natural order by destroying mankind. And when people start to die, she gets upset and is like, oh my goodness, this is so bad. Why did I decide to do this? And it's just, she's so comically evil, and then they try to give her some sense of humanity, but by that point, it's just too late. And then the entire plot with the radio signals that control the monsters, I feel like that could have been really fun, but once again, they just treat this movie too seriously. Like, as big as it is, it's a very generic and boring movie. Like, it's 2 hours and 10 minutes, and it feels like it. The pacing is just atrocious, and the cast is filled with great names. Actors who I love, but are giving the worst performances. Our Cal Chandler has given plenty of great performances in the past, but he's completely wasted here. Vera Farmiga, I love the Conjuring movies. I love Orphan. I think she can be really great, but her performance here just fell flat, and it doesn't help that she's given such weak material. Like, I would have loved it if they just hammed it up, had her do a ha 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 kind of laugh. Like, at least it would be self-aware to a degree. Millie Bobby Brown, I thought, was completely wasted. She doesn't stand out in any way. Bradley Whitford, I think, is completely wasted. Sally Hawkins, Paddington's mom, is completely wasted. Charles Dance, Tywin Lannister is completely wasted. Ken Watanabe, completely wasted. The only performance I kind of liked in this movie was Thomas Middleditch. I thought he gave a decent performance. But like, the direction in this movie is bad. It's generic, it's boring, it's flat. They picked the wrong tone for this movie, and the script just doesn't work in any way. I never cared for any of the characters. I never cared about anything going on. It just felt as formulaic as it comes. The performances all fell flat, despite some cool visuals and a couple decent ideas. I hate this movie. I'm giving Godzilla King of the Monsters a 3 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Godzilla King of the Monsters? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin, out.